and they all had different outlines.
Uh-huh.
So there's an ice cream cone and a rainbow. We all had to make an ice cream cone and a rainbow, like frost it. So it's pretty easy because my girls are 4 and 2. So we did that, and then we got to eat them after.
How were they?
They're delicious. My wife makes some mean sugar cookies.
Well, that's good then.
Because I usually don't like sugar cookies, because, like,
yeah.
Not a bit, like anything bread. Like, I don't really like cakes, cookies, pancakes.
What? You don't like...
Stuff.
I'm kind of lost it on pancakes. Waffles,
like
if they're
sandwiches.
crispy, they're good.
I like grilled cheese. I like...
So, if you don't like...
I don't like too many breads.
But you like donuts, though, don't you?
I like 3 kinds of donuts. And that's how I can tell if somebody really knows me or not, if they know the donuts I eat.
Yeah. You got the Bavarian cream.
Chocolate with chocolate.
And then blueberry.
And cream.
What?
Yep. So you know me, Stefan.
Yeah.
we're like twins.
Yeah. Oh, and that's funny. Well, because I like a lot of, like, cheesecakes and...
See, that's what I like.
Yeah, cheesecakes are good. I like most of those kinds of pastries. Cakes are okay as long as they have, like, ice cream or a lot of frosting. Or both. But otherwise, yeah.
Is that the door?
Oh, no, that's the clock. It's the clock in the room. Sounds better than it did, though.
My doorbell went off not too long ago. My dad's here.
Oh.
Yep.
Does he come over every so often? Or?
Yeah, every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, he does dialysis.
Oh.
And so he has to do a drive, and after dialysis, you get really tired. So he'll just drive up and stay with us. And then...
I heard that's pretty rough, isn't it? Dialysis?
It is pretty rough.
Oh.
You kind of have it, and you're really tired. As soon as you start feeling better, it's like, oh, time for dialysis again. But, I mean, if you're not on dialysis, you die. So, like...
What does he have, though, that would cause that?
Diabetes.
Diabetes that causes that you need dialysis
so diabetes, it causes a lot of stuff, but
wow. I've never
when
heard
you
of
get too much sugar in your blood, it's bad for like all your organs. So pretty much anywhere blood goes to, it hurts your organs.
Uh-huh.
But one of the big ones that it does is kidneys. Kidneys filter out a lot of that sugar and stuff. So over time, you're wearing down the kidneys. There's lots of different ways that it does it, but
and so insulin doesn't help anymore in this?
So it still helps and stuff like that. Just over time, depending on how well controlled the diabetes is, it's, how the macro complications go. So like you can get heart attacks, strokes, because your blood goes there, and then like a lot of people will lose their feeling in their feet.
Yeah, I've heard that one.
Like that. People lose their kidneys. He's also lost most of his eyesight.
Oh.
So, diabetes sucks.
Yeah, it does. Oh! I hope I don't have it.
So
I'm
yeah,
hoping...
that was a little intense.
I know.
Anyways, yeah.
Well, I hope I keep enough exercise to... Because I heard that's supposed to help, right?
Yeah, so what exercise does is it gives you a need to use all that sugar, and so you get less insulin resistance. So the insulin's like the key that opens up your muscles to let all the glucose in to give it energy. And so if you have insulin resistance, we're not using that insulin, and that's when our blood sugar start going up. Because instead of going into our organs and working. Yeah. So if you can exercise, it gets rid of that insulin resistance, or it can help do it. Sometimes genetics, there's not much you can do. But for the most part, if you're working out a lot, which is why day 37.
Day 37. I know I need to get back into it because I've been kind of back and forth. It's been busy at work. Kind of crazy. But some exciting stuff, though.
What's exciting?
Well, I put in a request for a better graphics card in my computer. Like an $800 one. It was the 1080 Ti as a NVIDIA card. Anyway, the guy at first wasn't so sure, but he said if he needs it, go ahead and get it. I'm like, I need it! And it's going to be a beast.
That's what I have on my computer. Did you say 1080 Ti?
1080. Is yours the 1080 or 1050? There's the 1050, the 1060, and the 1080 of the GTX series. But the 1050 is not bad. That's actually a really good card still. Oh, have you ever used Steam?
I usually don't know anything about that. Like, I don't even know the difference between the two you just said.
Oh.
But I remember looking them up to see which one when I was looking at computers. I'm a cat. Meow, flushing the toilet. I'm a cat. Meow, flushing the toilet. There's a cat flushing the toilet.
Why is there a cat flushing a toilet?
It's a song. And,
what song is this?
You start playing with other people. You start hearing all these other songs. And, boy.
Yeah, that sounds messed up, man.
It's rough. It's a rough life to live.
I would agree. Oh, man. That's a yawn. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I don't get much sleep.
Why is that? We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You're not ever sleeping.
Well, it's just, I usually stay up till, around 11, give or take. And then, I wake up at 6-ish, 5:30. Get ready to leave after, say, 6:20. 6:15, 6:20, and then I drive to the train station. Anyway. And then I'm there, and then I don't get home till 6 or 6:30 at night. And then I eat, and then I'm up till 11 again.
So you're just waking up way too early.
Yeah.
You shouldn't wake up so early.
I know, when are you waking up? 10?
Depends on my day.
Oh.
Most days, I have to be up and ready by 8. And so, I get a couple extra hours there.
Do you stay up late, though, too? Yeah, no?
Yeah. It depends. So, usually when, I'm in the flow of work, I've had a lot of, vacation.
Uh-huh.
So, I get in really bad habits on vacation, because I'll stay up to, at least midnight. But if I don't have all that and I'm on, a regular work week, I try to go to bed at, 10:30 or 11. I would like to go to bed earlier and just get tons of sleep, because life is so much better if you get sleep. But everyone knows this, but nobody does it. I think people do. Just a lot of people don't.
Right. Yeah, I think that'll help me a lot. If I start sleeping better. I was on a good regimen for a little while. I was starting to get used to the routine. But the problem is, it's I'm riding that routine so close. The slightest thing that puts it off, and all of a sudden it's and it's crazy. And I can't. And it throws off everything.
Yeah.
And that's why work was crazy.
Your kids wake up at 6.
No.
Man.
Or during the middle of the night at 2. And you're I'm trying to sleep. Yeah, that doesn't help at all. And then, having a busy week at work. Last week we had some crazy busy days. And then this week, one of the guys is on vacation. And so it's just 2 of us all week. And I'm that sucks.
So we started talking about sleep and we both yawned.
I know, it's just horrible, isn't it?
So maybe in other news...
Yeah, outside of the sleep.
I was thinking earlier that I've had some weird jobs, or some weird jobs I've interviewed for. I think anybody that's
lately?
in college has had that.
Oh.
So I had one where you're being a door-to-door salesman that I went and interviewed for, and then I was no, I can't. This is not me. Why did I even come here to interview?
I did the same kind of
thing.
thing.
They have a presentation so we can see how it's supposed to be done, and there's a group of people, and then I saw everyone else that was interviewing, and I was like, John, you should try something else.
Oh man, I had a similar thing. It was not gonna work at all. That was you seen those guys in Walmart they're like in the electronics section asking you like what your internet speeds are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I interviewed for one of those. I didn't know what it was at first because they camouflaged the position as something like, what was it, like a marketing something
Not
or
an
other.
annoying job.
Yeah. And I went to it and I'm like, well, let me see what it's about. And I went there and I'm like, this is not what I wanted. It was funny because I went to the interview and she's like, well, there's actually some people just down at the Walmart. You know, I was up in like Draper. Well, not Draper. It was somewhere near there. It was like Sandy. Anyway, or Murray. It was just funny because I go over there and I see him. I didn't actually go up to him. But I saw him there and I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this. And I just left. Never talked to him again. She called and I'm like, no, it's not what I expected. I didn't even, yeah, she's like, I'll let them know that you're going to go over and, see him. I'm like, okay. As soon as I saw him, I was like, I'm out. I'm not doing that.
I always thought it was like a school project. I don't know why. I just always thought that. But I thought people were doing this for like a business class because they were supposed to like
get research or something.
Sales and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a volunteer work you did to gain experience. And then like they discuss it as a class of what worked, and I didn't know it was a job. I don't know why I thought that, but that's how I pictured it. Because I was like, who'd want to do that?
Yeah.
Some people just meant for it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, like some people it just comes naturally and they don't mind, bugging people. That's my problem.
I can only sell something I believed in and I thought was a really good thing that everyone would have. So like
that's how I feel.
If they had something that like made everyone feel great, I'd be like, hey, yo, you should try this because it makes you feel great. And I tried it and it makes you feel great. Or like, hey, do you know this saves you money? It's awesome.
Yeah. And I'd have to use it myself. If I didn't use it, I couldn't, sell it to somebody. It's like, I wouldn't use it, but I think you would. And it's like, I'm not that kind of person. Just doesn't work. Have you ever bought anything from a guy like that, though?
No.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know how well that really works. It's like, they keep doing this stuff, and I just am like, I don't think, there's got to be a better way to get to people.
I always feel bad, and this reminds me, so, going off topic a little bit, but we had in Spanish Fork, they have like a kids, entrepreneur type fair. So only kids can work on it, so parents aren't allowed. But I mean, the parents can be there when they're at the fair. But everyone sets up booths, and they all sell things that the kids made themselves.
Oh.
And then so you're walking through, and so I took my girls, and we were walking through, and so you have all these kids haggling you and screaming out, "Come and try this! Come to our booth!" And you're like, want to. It's so much harder to tell a little kid no than it is to somebody at the mall, like some teenage kid or some college kid. You're like, no, I don't want that. But when it's like a little kid, you feel pretty guilty.
Yeah.
Like I never feel comfortable with it, but it was much harder when it was little kids that were like, hey, come buy my slime. Or
it's only $3. Yeah, they sell it for $20. You're like, what?
No, I don't know. I mean, you want to go and like support the kids, but it's also hard to say no to them.
It is very hard to say no to kids, especially little kids.
So I try to be like, maybe I'll just let my kids guide it, and my kids aren't interested. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, the 2-year-old's walking off. I guess we're just
sorry. Yeah, you just say sorry. I'm following that little kid.
Yep. So we tried that, but then they liked the ones that I didn't want to go to, and I was like, okay, I guess this is just the way it's gonna go. But it's pretty cool. There was like a station, and like a lot of the kids did pretty well. Most of them were like 10 and older, but there were some younger kids. But they had one that like they made their own slimes, like pick your color and then pick your smell, and then also pick like these dots that we put into it. And she was like really talkative and like talked to you the whole time, and the options. And it was like at the end she was like, oh, and then like make sure you don't leave it in your car because then it gets sticky. Make sure you keep it cool.
This was slime?
It was good. I was like, you're hired. What are you, 10? We can get past that legal stuff.
Yeah, that would be some crazy legal stuff on that one.
obviously we have to sell stuff, and like
I
it's
hate
not
that.
very fun. But most of the time, it's at least stuff that I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good thing. Like text alerts when your stuff are ready, like those are pretty nice to have.
They are
You get
nice
a
to
message
have.
where you're like, oh, hey, it's ready. I can go get it now. That's something I feel like most people would like, and I believe in it. And so, boom, that makes it easy to promote stuff. But if we had to promote like Walmart credit card or something like that, I would go insane. I would be like, no, sorry.
That would be
I'm not making people's finances worse. I just morally I can't do it.
Yeah. So here's some credit cards so you can have more debt. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it's fun when you can make it fun. Like, I was thinking about, I could probably do the job with the, like, in the malls and stuff where they're, like, sitting there if I just had a video. Just let it play and I'll sit next to it. Listen to that.
Yeah, questions, come and talk to me. If not, I'm just going to sit here and wait for people to have questions and talk to me.
Yeah, watch the video, and then if they have questions about it, I can answer those. Yeah, I don't mind being that person. If people ask me a question, that's different than me having to, like, open the conversation to be like, hey, want to talk about, like, knives? And then they get creeped out and run away.
Watch all the things I can cut. See this rope?
Yeah.
Try it with a knife. Look at my knife. Sharpened. Yeah. I just saw it and I was like, nah, I can't do that.
No.
They don't like nice knives and they're overpriced. You can get better knives somewhere else.
That is true.
And there's another company where you gotta like talk people out of like not doing life insurance and instead investing their money with them. And then like they use like life insurance as an example and be like, see the money you put into life insurance, if you put that with us and we invest it, you make this much more money long term. I was like, yeah, but what happens when like they die and the whole family has none of that money that you were investing for them?
So they don't get the money that was invested?
How do you screen those phone calls?
Yeah, seriously.
So yeah, I couldn't do that either. So I said, no way.
Yeah.
And it was also like a pyramid scheme. It was pretty shady.
Oh yeah, where they're like, and if you get more people, it's like, no, I'm not getting more people for you, bud. That's your job.
The more people you recruit to come with us. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. So that's what officially lost me on this.
Oh, who was I
started
talking?
sketchy about what I was promoting, but now.
I was talking to somebody.
So go get life insurance, everybody.
Yeah, life insurance. What did people do in the old days without life insurance?
If you don't have wife and kids, I don't think you need life insurance.
Yeah, it's like, who are you going to leave it to? The state?
I'm just going to write your will, like, just dump me somewhere in the desert. That'd be alright.
Well, what did they do in the old days? They didn't have life insurance back then. Right?
It's just one of those things that people think they need to spend a lot of money on, and they don't. Like
Right.
weddings, funerals, same thing. You don't need to spend money on them. But we do because we feel like we need to.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Make their life worth it with a good funeral. I was like, nah, I'd rather not burden the people that I just left behind.
I know. That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Burden them enough, but being alive.
Yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I do all of that. Whoop.
So other jobs. So I had those that I said no to. But I've worked at some call centers. That's been no fun. I worked at one, and I made it through like 6 weeks of training, and then like a week actually on the job. It was my first year of undergrad, so I was like going to school full time and working full time, and it was just too stressful to do both because it was for Singular before they became AT&T or merged with them, and we were like the tech support. So the first people you call in. So if we needed to like actually do something, we'd have to transfer them somewhere else. So it's mostly like questions on the bill. That sucked.
Oh yeah, it's like, why did I get charged? Because you signed up for it. I didn't sign up for it. It's like, it says right here you did. It's like, why aren't paying it? It's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you.
We had a guy that he he got like $14,000 in like internet downloads. Because this was like 2006.
Yeah, so they were charging for data like every megabyte and stuff.
So this is back when you had like flip phones, and like you had to like download a game or something like that onto your phone. So I mean, it wasn't stuff, but each time you downloaded it, I mean, it was like $10.
Right.
But this guy did that, and then he was using data, so he was using his internet on there that he didn't have anything for. So it's like 25 cents for like a kilobyte.
Yeah.
And so he ended up getting like 15,000. He was just like, "Why was my bill this high?" And I was like, "Well, if you look at all these charges that you did," he's like, "Well, I didn't know." And I was like, "I don't know what to do for you, guy. I can make maximum give you this much money to apply to your credit, and I can do those. I'm gonna have to like bump this up to somebody else because this is your first time using the phone, so I feel like it's not fair, and we should just be able to take all that off of your phone and be like, all right, not again." Just to get some, like, move it up the chain.
Yeah.
I like call the manager guy over. I'm like, I need help on this one, and he's like, no, you got it. And I was like, no, I don't. Just come over here so I can tell you what's going on. It's just that one guy right there. It was terrible.
That's really, was it 15,000 or 1,500?
I think it was 15,000. Like, it was a lot.
$15,000. That's sick.
I was like, I can't imagine opening your mail and being like 15,000.
It's like, what kind of phone did I get? Yeah. Man, that's sad. That's really sad. Especially now since everything's like free, or not free, but unlimited. So you don't have to worry about those charges. You just pay for the phone and call it good. Which is a lot nicer.
Yeah, so I remember he cried on the phone.
Did you?
I've had a few people call in for their phone support and cry. Stressful stuff. Like, I don't want to have those stressful calls all day. And everyone's mad because they don't understand. And like, we train people with customer service nowadays that if you're a dick, you get your way.
Right.
So, hey sir, I'm sorry, but you bought this, and so you had to pay for it. That's how the world works. And
this is our return policy.
Okay, instead, we'll give it to you for free, plus give you $500 in-store credit. You're like, no, quit doing that. Because then they're just learn that if I'm a dick every time, then I'll get free stuff, and I'll get whatever I want, even if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and that's the... you know, it's funny, it actually worked like that at eBay. We try and tell people, like, we kind of try and make a standard, like, we're not going to do... a certain thing or whatever it is, and then some person will just like complain about it, and it goes up the chain until they're finally like, just give it to them, just do it for them. And like, now everyone's just gonna get mad enough so we do it for them. Might as well just do it for everybody.
Where does it end?
Right, and it's horrible because there's like some things that we can do, but we're told like, oh, only do this for VPs, you know, really important people and stuff. Like, okay. But then we'll have, like, everybody ask about it, and it's, like, hard to say, like, well, only certain people, because then they feel like, well, I'm special. It's like, you are.
I was told ever since I was little.
Yeah.
I would do nothing, and I would get first place.
Right, it's like, you're special, all right. Just not in the way you think.
Like, oh, you have to do something special to be special.
Yeah, there you go.
You're unique. Everyone's unique.
There you go. Hey, there you go. It's like, you're different.
You're different. I'm sure somebody likes that certain kind of different.
Just not here.
You don't get free stuff for it.
No.
Sorry. If that certain kind of different was like you were gorgeous compared to most people, then yeah, maybe you get free stuff.
There you go. It's like, are you a celebrity?
I'm not getting any free stuff.
Yep, that's the way I feel. It's like, well, you know.
That was rough. So yeah, I lasted about a week after training. It was a pretty good paying job, and you got like tuition reimbursement. And there's a lot of good stuff that went with it. It's just
really, they pay your tuition. That's pretty
tuition
cool.
reimbursement, so you get like so much, like an X amount.
That's still better than nothing.
Pretty good. I think it was like at the time like $800 a semester.
And at the time, how much was tuition? Like $1,200?
But yeah, tuition back then was like, in my first year was like $1,200-$1,300.
Yeah, so to someone to and to reimburse $800 of that, it doesn't sound bad at all.
Yeah, and if you had a scholarship, I mean,
you're good to go. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff.
So yeah, I quit that, and then I did a place called Opinion Resource, where you're the person that calls people and gets them to do surveys.
Oh, I did something like that. I can't remember what it was called. Not Converges. It was something else. Western Watts. I was there for 2 weeks and the place got closed down.
Well, that's how mine was. We like get a text like early in the day and be like, "All right, guys, there's no surveys to do, so you don't have to work." And I was like, "This is 2 weeks in a row. Maybe I should just not work here."
Yeah, it's like there's nothing. It was so funny. It was so funny because it didn't last very long, and the whole place got closed down. And I just remember the last thing. It was the last week there, and this lady, she was like one of the managers of the place, and she's like talking about something, and how she liked her job and how she wanted the place to thrive, and then it just goes down. I felt kind of bad for her. I was like, well, I hope she wasn't too set on keeping that job. That was those things, like, what's funny though, because it closed, and it was closed for several months, and then it reopened again. Go figure. Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird how that.
I don't know how they work those things, but they do, and I'm like, okay.
It's weird. They probably don't do that too often. I don't think I've gotten too many survey calls. I don't answer my phone anymore, so maybe that's why. But
I don't either.
Internet is so much easier just to do that now. But
oh yeah.
The guy swore when I quit.
Oh.
He's like, "Oh, okay, you want to quit?" And he like looked it up, and then like I was one of the few people that just didn't talk to the person next to him. I actually like just called one after another.
Yeah, you actually.
Like, hey, we have a survey. And just keep talking, and then you don't ever stop talking.
Yeah, you actually did your job.
They don't have time to be like, I don't want. Okay, this will be quick, and then I talk really fast, so then I get them done super quick. And so I have like the top surveys each time. So I'm a good survey guy.
Well, there you go. If we ever need surveys.
But I didn't do very well on the. Like sometimes they have restricted ones, like, okay, we're targeting males age 18 to 19, and you're like, no 18 to 19-year-old guy is gonna take this survey.
What kind of surveys were they doing for those guys?
All different kinds. So they have like a broad one. So
what kind of car?
We had a couple political ones. We had some that were like favorite type of music, and so you get tons of people. So it's open to everyone at first, but then once they got everybody 65 and older, because they're usually the ones that take the survey because they're nicer people. Then they're like, all right, we don't need any more data on them. So now we're restricting it to everybody below 65. So you'd say, oh, hey, what's your name? How old are you? And then if they said 66, you'd be like, oh, well, sorry, we already have our people for that. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
So you had to ask their age. Did they ever have you ask women's age or women's age? Did you get many?
Not all of them cared. Some of them is just like whether they were male or female and over 18. Things like that. But,
oh, okay. So not like specific age.
Yeah. So it was easy to make like the top person. I'm not saying like it was a feat to do. But you got paid. Your dollar per hour rate was based on how many surveys you did. So if you were the top person, you got like $11 an hour. But if you were like the worst person, you got like minimum wage. And so it was all based on that. Back when minimum wage was like under $6.
I got a raise.
So he looked it up and he was like, damn it. Like, okay.
When I was at that place for 2 weeks, we were paid every week. And after the first week, I got like a little raise from something. They said like certain things. I don't even know what the thing I did was. They just said, "Oh, look, you got a little raise." I'm like, "Oh, yay, you're fired." Oh, yay. Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. If I ever have to fire somebody, I'm like, "Hey, you just got a raise. And also you're fired. So that raise doesn't go good.
It'll appear on your next paycheck, which you won't be here to get. That's so
that's
sad.
right, because you're fired.
Yeah.
Did I mention that? If you weren't fired, though, you would have had a raise. So, probably the raise that did you in, to be honest.
You were doing too
Took
good.
money and distributed it to everybody else.
There you go. It's like you gave everyone a raise, so everyone will love the fact that you're leaving. That's so sad. It's Pikachu.
But I think a favorite job that I've had.
Yes.
Oh, where did that Pikachu come from?
Over here. I went, Pikachu, I choose you. Just like that. Oh, yeah, like can you see him? Is it gonna focus?
I can see him.
Oh, good. Okay.
It's kind of blurry.
Yeah, it was kind of blurry. Have a little further back. Okay, that's enough. You were saying?
My favorite job, I think, is I worked at Hoagie Yogi when I was in high school.
That's right, the hoagie.
I could eat as much food as I really wanted.
That
Like, you're supposed to only eat, like, your meal for that. Like, they took $1.50 out of each day that you worked, and you could have whatever, like, one item on the menu, with, like, chips and a drink. But most people would snack on, like, all the mix-ins that go in the yogurt. They'd have these little cookie doughs.
I would
They'd have
eat those.
Bears.
If I worked there, I would have ate them all. They would have said, "Who ate all the cookie dough?" And I'd be like, "It's that guy over there. Looks shady."
Dang it, Bobby. But then we like make shakes and smoothies, and then when you're done, you take it to the back to put them in the sink to wash them. So if you just kept a cup in the back and then like poured everything from the blender into the cup before you washed it, you get to drink that cup.
Oh.
So I'd have like milkshakes all day and delicious smoothies, and then I get creative and like I'd use their focaccia bread and make me a mean grilled cheese sandwich.
That sounds good. Focaccia
Just,
bread's
like,
got some good stuff to it.
Open up the chicken that they put in their teriyaki sticks, chicken bowls, and eat the chicken. So that was like a dream job. Plus, it, like, a lot of cool people worked there at the time, so like work was fun.
Yeah, those are the nice ones where you can have fun people to work with. I worked at a Subway and it was kind of like that for a little bit.
We've both worked at a sandwich place, and this has never come up before.
You didn't know I worked at Subway? Yes. I was a sandwich artist.
I don't think we ever called ourselves that.
No, that's what, yeah, they call us this. Katie just shared something with us. Or with...
Chit-chat that?
I don't know, on Facebook.